Hey everyone, welcome to series Addict. Today we're setting out on a journey that's less of a trip and more of a descent into the heart of darkness and beyond. We're diving into The River, the 2012 found footage horror series that didn't last long on air, but left a lasting impression on those who watched. It's not a conventional show. It doesn't unfold like most horror dramas. It's immersive, unsettling, and incredibly ambitious. With jungle shadows, unseen forces, and deeply personal grief at its core, The River is a series that deserves another look. And that's exactly what we're doing today. The story begins with Dr. Emmett Cole, a world-famous wildlife TV host, part David Attenborough, part adventurer, and part spiritual seeker. He vanishes without a trace deep in the Amazon while filming his latest expedition. Months pass. He's presumed dead. But then, his emergency beacon suddenly activates. His wife Tess refuses to give up hope. His estranged son Lincoln, a young doctor disconnected from both nature and his father, joins her. A rescue mission is launched, but in exchange for funding, they agree to let a documentary crew follow them. And so, the search for Emmett Cole becomes a reality show gone wrong, a journey into something far darker than any of them expected. The found footage style isn't just a gimmick here. It's built into the DNA of the story. The show is presented through the lens of the documentary crew's cameras, fixed shots, shaky handhelds, night vision, glitchy footage. This creates a constant sense of unease. You never quite feel safe. You're always just behind the characters, peering through a viewfinder, catching glimpses of movement in the trees. The format pulls you into the narrative. You're not watching a show, you're trapped on the boat with them. The boat, by the way, is the Magus, Emmett Cole's floating base of operations, now adrift and abandoned. When the rescue team finds it, it's eerie. It's like a ghost ship. And the deeper they go into the jungle, the more it feels like they're moving not just through space, but through layers of reality, entering a realm ruled by ancient magic, unseen forces, and repressed trauma. The jungle in The River is alive. It's not just a setting, it's a character. It watches, it whispers, it punishes those who trespass. The show borrows heavily from South American folklore, tribal beliefs, and mythological archetypes. There are spirits, curses, hallucinations, and rituals, but the horror is never cheap. It builds slowly, then pounces. One moment you're listening to creaking wood, the next, someone vanishes. A voice calls from the trees. A tape plays itself. Blood stains the cabin wall, and no one can explain why. The characters aren't just fodder for the supernatural, they're layered and conflicted. Lincoln resents his father for being absent, for chasing magic instead of being present. But as he retraces Emmett's steps, he begins to understand the man, and confront his own buried fears. Tess, torn between faith and anger, becomes the emotional engine of the group. The crew includes a hardened producer, a nervous cameraman, a superstitious security guard who knows more than he says, and Lena, a strong-willed young woman with a connection to the jungle that's slowly revealed. Each episode feels like a standalone horror story with its own mystery, yet they all tie back into the larger arc. What happened to Emmett Cole, and what exactly is out there in the Amazon? And why does it seem like he didn't just get lost? He may have found something, or something found him. The pacing is tight, just 8 episodes, but the progression is clear. It escalates. The horror deepens. The reality unravels, and at the heart of it all is a growing question. What are we really looking for when we chase the unknown? Answers? Closure? Or do we sometimes open doors that should have stayed shut? Critically, The River was polarizing. Some viewers found it too experimental, too reliant on found footage tropes. Others, especially horror and mystery fans, praised its atmosphere, creative visuals, and emotional subtext. It didn't draw the ratings ABC hoped for, and it was cancelled after just 1 season. But it's precisely that brief, self-contained nature that gives it such power. It burns fast, but it burns deep. From a stylistic standpoint, The River is bold. The editing mimics real-time discovery. The sound design is meticulous. The visuals veer from documentary realism to surreal nightmare. It borrows from the Blair Witch Project, Lost, and even Apocalypse Now. But it forges its own identity, one where emotion, fear, and ancient mystery collide. Thematically, the show explores grief, legacy, and obsession. Emmett Cole was searching for the Source, a mythical, spiritual power buried in the jungle. It's never fully explained, and that's the point. Sometimes the real horror isn't what we find, it's how far we're willing to go to find it. So that was The River, a forgotten gem of horror television, lost in the depths of the jungle and the network's scheduling chaos. If you've seen it, you know how it sticks with you. If you haven't, and you're into spiritual horror, slow burn tension, and unique formats, give it a shot. It's not perfect, but it's memorable. It'll crawl under your skin. Let me know in the comments what you thought of the show. What was the scariest moment for you? Do you think it deserved a second season? And if you liked this breakdown, make sure to like, subscribe to Series Addict, and click the bell so you won't miss the next deep dive. Thanks for watching. And remember, some paths should never be followed.